Okay, so Istanbul, this city, right?
Yeah.
It's got this mystique, the Grand Bazaar, those spices in the air, that strong coffee. It's on everyone's travel bucket list. And you, my friend, you're actually making it happen, planning a trip.
There's always that question.
Always. How many days are enough to really get under Istanbul's skin? Well, thankfully, we've got your source material, and we're diving deep today.
It's interesting. Most sources would just say, oh, you need X number of days in Istanbul. But yours,
It's philosophical.
it asks, what kind of traveler are you?
Which is such a good point, right? Because what feels rushed to one person?
Could be another person's ideal trip.
Exactly. And instead of just giving us a number, the source highlights 5 unique spots in Istanbul, kind of like a teaser trailer for the city. Ancient history, markets, art. We're going to use these to figure out how many days you, our amazing listener, might want to spend in Istanbul.
Sounds like a plan. What's first on the list?
First up, we're talking Suleimani Mosque.
Ah, okay, I see where this is going. This
Yeah.
isn't just any mosque. This is like,
The mosque.
it rivals the Hagia Sophia even. Designed by Sinan, the Ottoman architect. The Michelangelo of the East, some might say.
Oh, I love that. And the source really emphasizes this feeling you get when you're there, like you're surrounded by genius, the dome, the tile work. Okay, I'm already adding an extra day to my itinerary just to soak it all in.
And that's the thing, right? How long do you want to soak it in? Someone might breeze through in an hour, but...
You could easily spend half a day there,
Right.
taking it all in.
At least. Okay, what's next? We're on a roll.
Next, the source takes us to a place that needs no introduction. The Grand Bazaar. 4,000 shops. Carpets, ceramics, those amazing spices. It's like sensory overload in the best way possible.
And it's a history lesson in itself. Centuries of trade happening right there in those alleyways. You can imagine the caravans arriving, the merchants.
The smells. I could practically smell it now.
Yeah.
If someone stopped me, but I'd spend a full day, maybe 2, at the Grand Bazaar.
Oh, easily. Especially if you want to practice your haggling skills, which, by the way, is essential in the bazaar. Don't be shy.
And then, tell me there's more.
Then the source gets to something I think is really cool for travelers. A neighborhood off the beaten path Balat. Cobblestone streets, colorful buildings. Imagine vintage shops, but with, real history.
The source mentioned that Balad has had this revival lately.
Right. Artists, young people, they've moved in, and it's this mix of traditional and trendy. So you might have a centuries-old bakery next to a vegan cafe. You could spend half a day there, no problem.
I'm sensing a theme here, though. It's not about a set number of hours, right? It's about...
The vibe. Does it speak to you? Do you want to linger? Okay, what's next on our whirlwind tour of the source material?
Now we're jumping forward a bit to Istanbul modern, contemporary art.
See, this is what I love about Istanbul. It's this meeting point. East meets West, ancient meets modern, and this museum, it captures that energy. Plus, it's in a former warehouse overlooking the Bosphorus.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
And the art scene in Istanbul is really thriving. You could easily spend an afternoon there, get lost in it.
Oh, yeah. Especially if modern art is your thing, you might need a whole day. It's not just about the art on the walls, but the conversations it sparks. All right, last but not least, where does the source leave us?
Last stop, a Bosphorus cruise.
Classic, but for good reason. This isn't just
Yeah.
any body of water, It's like the soul of Istanbul divides Europe and Asia. Imagine the history it's witnessed.
The palaces, the mosques, all lit up as the sun sets. The source mentions sunset cruises specifically, and I have to agree. Pure magic.
And again, you can do a quick 1-hour tour, or you could do a dinner cruise, make an evening of it. It all depends. So what do you think? Have we cracked the code of how many days in Istanbul?
I think so. We haven't given a hard number, but we've journeyed through ancient mosques and modern art galleries, bustling markets, and peaceful cruises. It's about...
Finding your Istanbul.
I love that. And on that note, everyone, head to the episode description. We'll link to everything we talked about, including...
Those travel deals. We know you're out there.
Safe travels, everyone.